people have been beaten down so long, and they feel so betrayed by government.
It's not surprising then that they get bitter and they cling to guns or religion or antipathy toward people who aren't like them, or a way to explain their frustrations.
Outrage tonight over claims the Obama administration is trying to weaken our rights under the Second Amendment. As we reported to you here yesterday, Attorney General Eric Holder is willing to sacrifice our gun ownership rights under the Constitution for the benefit of a foreign government, in this case Mexico. The Attorney General, who apparently thinks we're a nation of cowards when it comes to race, seems to believe that we're also a nation of cowards and fools when it comes to our constitutional rights.
Attorney General Eric Holder said this week that the administration wants to renew a ban on assault weapons. The U.S. is also a major source for powerful weapons being used by Mexican drug cartels. In fact, the ATF is estimating that 90% of weapons confiscated in Mexico are smuggled in from the U.S.
The lie is that if we would just surrender more of our Second Amendment, Mexican drug cartels couldn't get the guns they get to terrorize their people and ours. I mean, give me a break.
Obama has supported a ban on handguns in the past and is on record favoring strong gun control measures. LaPierre warned gun owners will not back down on this issue.
They say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion, sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn, and instructions to disarm anyone inside.
You said guns will be taken? No one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
That happened today in this wealthy neighborhood where homeowners had armed themselves to protect their mansions. Residents were handcuffed on the ground. In the end, police took their weapons but let them stay in their homes.
They were a little bit threatened because our weapons were bigger than their weapons.
For many of the police and guard troops, it is an uncomfortable job to do this in an American city. This guard unit occupied a church, using it as a base camp. They had to leave a note because they could not get hold of the pastor to get permission.
You had that feeling that you were violated. They took something from you. They stole something from you. That's the only way to put it. They took something that they didn't have a right to take.
A camera crew was there to capture what unfolded next.
I said, it's not even loaded. And I dropped it on the floor.
You got a gun?
Well, they punched me in the face. Look at my black and blue marks. Look at what they did to me. They dragged me out of here. I really thought they were going to kill me.
They didn't care what your rights were. They were going to deny them. It's not America as we've known it before. It's changing.
There was mayhem. New Orleans police did not have control of the city anymore. So the only plan they thought, I guess, was to take the guns away from the people. Heed the warning of what this was. You know, this is like Australia. All of a sudden, boom, they got our rights.
Olson's in jail because a jury found him guilty of unlawful transfer of a machine gun. But he didn't own a machine gun. He owned a semi-automatic rifle known as an AR-15, a gun legally owned by thousands. The key issue in this case, and the reason it's drawn so much attention to gun owners across America, is the definition of what is a machine gun. The defense argues the Supreme Court has provided a definition that was not applied in David Olson's first trial. It's a distinction that greatly concerns gun owners because if the government prevails, they say, any gun that misfires multiple rounds is no longer just a broken gun. It's also a machine gun, which is illegal to own. And we'd like to remind our viewers, David Olson is a veteran of the U.S. Army, honorably discharged, and up until the time of his conviction, he was serving as an Army reservist. He's now about 7 months into a 30-month prison sentence, and Lou, it could take months yet still before this court decides on whether his conviction should be overturned or not.
Their message to gun owners in America is simple. It will happen to you if you let it.
But if you don't do anything, you will lose your liberties, and make the effort. Don't be apathetic. Get out there and fight.
But the people of Wisconsin, the people of this nation, have got to understand this is the kind of prosecution that is precisely what is permitted by our Second Amendment. And the zeal being displayed by the United States Justice Department, by the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and frankly being permitted from the court system is wrong.
We shoot in America. Yeah.
We're screwed. Our founding fathers knew that. And it's no different today. That's why we own guns. We're not giving them up. The Constitution says it, we believe it, and that settles it.